Today we need to talk about a part of the Counter-Strike investing community and part of the Counter-Strike investing markets that has been absolutely on fire as of late. This literally might be one of the hottest sections of the entire Counter-Strike market base right now. And it's something that not a lot of people are talking about, not a lot of people know about, but the people that do know, I think have been making, or I know have been making a ton of money over the past couple months. It has been absolutely insane. Today we're going to be diving into the world of patches. I have actually talked about patches a decent amount over the past couple months, and I knew that there was some big potential here. I knew that there was people making money, but the past couple months have been even crazier than I could have ever expected. And if I would have known it was going to be like this, I would have piled much more money into them. So today we're going to be talking all about patches. But first, just want to mention real quick, if you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items for cold hard cash or crypto or any other payment method that you might be looking for, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. I'm buying anything and everything CS2 items, whether that be agents or patches or stickers or capsules or cases or guns or knives or whatever. If you have something you're selling for the right price, we can get a deal done safely, effectively, easily, efficiently, all that good stuff. I am getting full swing back into my cash trading business. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content, which I would appreciate a ton as well. With that being said, let's get right into this. So this is the Bayonet Frog patch. This is the creme de la creme when it comes to patches. This is the top dog. This is the most expensive patch. This is the highest coveted patch. This is a very rare patch. This is from Operation Riptide, but people love this thing. Unapplied and applied. Applied on agents, people love this, and again, unapplied, people love this thing as well. And I don't think you'd quite understand or believe the prices that this thing is demanding right now. This is $381 for a patch. And you have to understand, patches are not that popular in CS2, and that is one thing that I think has kept people away from or a little bit wary about investing into patches is like, hey, there's not much demand out there. People don't talk about patches that much. People don't notice patches that much. But one thing that is going good for patches is that into CS2 and as of late, Valve and the game has definitely started featuring agents more. You know, you can see more of your agent now. They have more screens where you can see your agents, like halftime, the end of the games and stuff like that. There is more and more opportunities than ever to see your agents, but also we don't have a ton of choices when it comes to patches. So the patches that we have out here, especially as they're getting applied to agents and stuff like that, are becoming more rare and are becoming more desirable. Now, again, supply and demand are two things. Is there a ton of genuine demand out there for patches? Do people love patches? Are patches some insane item in the game? No, absolutely not. But the supplies are not that great either. And there's enough demand right now to be making these prices go crazy. This is up 27% in the past month. And again, at the beginning, a month ago, this was $272, which a ton of people would have already said, and maybe rightfully so, that this thing was overpriced, that this thing doesn't make sense. I know there's probably some people out there. I just made the video recent about the greater fool theory. There's probably some people who are saying there's a ton of speculation and bubbliness in the patches market right now. And people would have said, hey, 272 is a bad price, but this thing kind of keeps going up. And the main argument I've heard for the Bayonet Frog patch recently is that people love flexing in Counter-Strike. People love having that most expensive thing. People love being able to have the most expensive knife, the most expensive gun, whatever. And in the grand scheme of things in Counter-Strike, $380 is not really that much when we have thousands and tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollar inventories and items and everything out there. Obviously, it's still an expensive amount of money, but just understand that for this to be the patch, for this to be the most rare patch, and for people to want 3 times applied Bayonet Frog agents and stuff like that, that this price can go higher. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to. I'm not necessarily saying that this is a good price to buy, but again, this thing has been as good as anything in the Counter-Strike investing market. It's up 70% in the past 6 months. This thing is up 240% in the past year. And if you look at the all-time graph, so many items are about even, if not down from where they were in like April of 2023 during the peak CS2 hype. But the Bayonet Frog patch has not only surpassed where it was at peak CS2 hype, it is crushing. It is dominating. This has been the best, one of the best items in the game to own since the CS2 hype. And if you bought this thing again at those all-time highs during the CS2 hype, you are still up 395%, which is just insane. There's not many items that you can say that for. It's up 56% since April of 2023, and still Again, there's not many items out there that you can say that for. This thing has been going absolutely insane. But it's not just the Bayonet Frog patch. It's all of these Operation Riptide patches. You have stuff like the Elder God patch. You have the Aquatic Offensive patch. In the next rarity tier, you have stuff like the Dead Men patch, Sunset Wave patch, Mealtime, Death from Below. All of these have been absolutely insane. Even these stickers, or even these patches at the lower end, and this is something that I was telling people about way back then, is that these lower end patches have been absolutely crushing and absolutely killing it as well. And we will take a look at all of that. So here's the Dead Men patch, and this is one that is kind of near and dear to me because I was looking at all these patches a couple months ago. This was in November of 2023. I was looking at all these patches, and I really was curious about the Bayonet Frog patch, and I was interested in it, but it's kind of hard to even find Bayonet Frog patches out there for market prices, and I don't think at this time I had access to Buff 163 yet, so I was trying to find Bayonet Frog patches for market rates on some of these other sites, and it's really hard to find because there's not many out there. So my second best opportunity became the Dead Men patch. I really saw that Dead Men patch as that second best patch out there behind the Bayonet Frog. So I purchased this thing in November of 2023. We can see that the prices in November of 2023 were around $57, $60. I actually got this for $45 because, again, these are Steam prices. I was buying at third-party marketplace. So I bought this for $45 in November. Let's call it around here. And we can see since then that is up 90%. And I think it's up even more than that because I saw here, I think it's right here, the Dead Man patch, the cheapest one listed on Buff 163 is $116. Again, I bought this for $47 in November. This has been like 6 months or something where I've been able to more than double my money. Now, I only bought one single one of this patch, and again, obviously, if I really knew how crazy patches were going to go, I would have loaded up. I would have bought a ton more, but I did believe in patches, but I was still a little bit skeptical. I was a little bit wary. But those are the expensive patches. Again, this patch is around $100, $115, $120 right now. It's crazy. What about some of these lower end patches? This is the Mad Sushi patch. This thing, in the past month, this went from $3.96 to $14. This thing's up 260% in the past month. That has to be one of the best, if not the best performing items over the past month. That is insane. That doesn't even necessarily make sense. Here's the Sunset Wave patch, up 152% in the past month. Anchors Away patch. This one, I think I have like a couple of these as well. 142% in the past month. So these things are just going absolutely insane. All of the Operation Riptide patches are going crazy. And again, we have not had new patches coming out for quite some time. So as agents get updated and the game looks better and better and people are applying more and more of these, there becomes a huge opportunity. There's also definitely big opportunities right out there right now for patched agents and stuff like that. But unapplied patches and patch agents have been going crazy as of late. And I think you guys need to keep an eye on this. Again, I still think some of these lower to mid tier ones are probably some good deals, probably have some room to run. Now, do I love buying stuff after it's gone up 260% in the past month? No, not necessarily. But that doesn't mean they can't continue to go up more. And that doesn't mean that this couldn't be a good time to buy. Because again, the grand scheme of things, hey, these patches are $14 or whatever. Now, obviously, the one thing you do have to keep in mind and be careful of is we're probably going to get a new operation sometime soon. I expect we'll get an operation at sometime in 2024. And in that operation, we are going to get new patches. We are going to get new agents. Now, this could either be a really good thing or a really bad thing for these patches. Because again, new patches is going to create more supply out there, and it's maybe going to increase demand. Again, getting a bunch of cool new patches and getting people more excited about patches and shedding the light on patches could actually increase demand, which would be really good for Operation Riptide. But it could also increase supply, and it's going to be interesting to see how those two are offset. Because again, Operation Riptide is not getting any less old, and it's not getting any less rare, but if there becomes a ton of new competition, Operation Riptide could go down. But also, if we get a bunch of cool new agents, that could increase application numbers, which could also make Operation Riptide go up. So I don't know. In the long run, I think Operation Riptide is probably a really, really good opportunity. And honestly, I feel a little bit dumb. I'm kicking myself a little bit for not buying more patches back then. Obviously, hopefully I'm not FOMOing. I don't know. It's very possible I am. But I think I probably will start buying some more of these patches if I can find some good prices in the coming weeks or days. I think it's a very big opportunity. Now, hey, you could say, these gains have already come and gone. These gains are you missed the boat. And I would understand that a little bit as well. But again, I do think that agents are going to become more and more a big part of CS2 going forward in the future. And I think patches and patch agents are a big opportunity there. But one more big opportunity potentially in the patches market is Stockholm patches. Because again, another major has come and gone. We did not get team patches for Copenhagen, which means that these Stockholm patches become a really one of a kind and unique item. Now, again, do people love these Stockholm patches? Are people waiting to throw a bunch of these patches on their agents? No, not necessarily, but these are going to become very rare, very unique, and very iconic items over time. And while Items like this are up 260% in the past month. The Stockholm Challengers patch pack is actually down 3% in the past month. The Tyloo Gold Stockholm patch is actually down 13% in the past month. The Tyloo regular patch from Stockholm is actually down over the past month. Now, does this make any sense at a time where patches are going absolutely insane and there's no alternatives to these Stockholm patches? Does it make sense for these prices to be going down? I don't think so. So while the Operation Riptide patches have the spotlight right now and their prices are going absolutely insane, is it an opportunity to maybe pivot over and be buying up some of the Stockholm stuff while it's actually down over the past month? It could be. I do own some patches. I do own some patch packs, but again, I would love to be picking my hands up on more. Right now, I think some of the main things I'm going to be buying and looking at are going to be patches, are going to be cases, and that might be the two biggest things that I'm going to be purchasing in the near future. But keep an eye out on patches. They're probably the hottest item on the CS markets right now. You need to recognize that and at least take note. Maybe you think it's not the right time to buy, but maybe you will find some buying opportunities in the future. Who knows? But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.